Hey again everyone, and a hello Sydney to any new watchers. Welcome back to Manic Media Dream, and today we're going to continue ranking all 6 Scream movies with Scream 2 being the victim of our slasher grading scale. As a reminder, the grading scale takes into consideration the criteria of kill count, creative kills, thrilling chase scenes, realism, cast, motive, horror, humor balance, brutality, dialogue, and pacing, with each of them being out of 5 points for a total of 50 points. We put this grading scale into action in our last Scream video, which you can watch by following the link that appears at the top right, which will give you some insight into how the first Scream scored and what expectations the sequel may have to live up to. There's often a lot of pressure for sequels to perform as well, if not better than their predecessor, and for a franchise as meta as Scream, it seemed like it would be a waste to not put the sequel trope Hollywood is known for to the test with this slasher scale. Will Scream 2 outperform Scream? Let's find out. Scream 2. Horror movie sequels usually fare worse than the original, but Scream 2 actually does a pretty good job of continuing the story while keeping things fresh. I mean, we had 5 more sequels after the first, so the franchise handlers are clearly doing something right. Starting with the kill count. It's way, way higher than Scream 1, so we're already off to a really good start at 10 kills. That's 4 points right off the bat. Creative kills. I think the kills definitely could have been way more creative, but it does keep things somewhat fresh. Cece's death comes to mind, and I like that she's killed by being thrown off a building, which is rare in horror movies, at least from what I remember. Like, usually people fall to the ground, but then just get up and walk away like nothing happened. Halloween 5, Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Randy's death was a gut-wrencher too, because nobody was expecting that at all. I don't know if it counts as creative, but as far as I'm concerned, it totally does. Also, Derek dies on a cross. While Jesus definitely beat him to the punch, it was quite dramatic. I'll give it a 4. Thrilling chase scenes. Cece's run up the stairs was iconic enough to even be included in the Scary Movie parody. But my favorite was Gale running away from Ghostface inside a recording studio in the university, only for Dewey to catch a stray stab or few when he comes looking for his significant other. The stakes, the tension, the drama. It's perfect. No, actually, it's a 5 out of 5. Realism. Dewey having a muscular issue from a previous movie? Check. We love consistency and the fact that they have an overarching script supervisor. Ghostface getting knocked out in a car crash? Check. Ghostface toppling over while after Sidney? Also check. Ghostface isn't treated as a supernatural being so much, and I really do appreciate that aspect of the realism. It really does make you feel like this could happen to you, and that's what makes Scream 2 scarier. Natural story progression of the killer being Billy's mother out for revenge? Check. Mickey? Not so much. While I love the character's hamminess, his presence in the story really took the realism out of it. I mean, an active serial killer that Billy's mom just happened to find? I'll give it a 3. Cast. Stellar cast, as per usual, with the addition of Jada Pinkett Smith, before the controversy, obviously. That dude who plays Gale's recording guy, Sidney's boyfriend being one of the sweetest actors as far as I'm concerned, that dude from Santa Clarita Diet, Joshua Jackson from Dawson's Creek, and, oh yeah, Her Majesty herself, Miss Sarah Michelle Gellar, aka Buffy Summers. Yeah, that's a 5 out of 5, and I would definitely give this a 10 too if I could. Motive. This is where things get a bit odd. Nancy Loomis checks out for the most part. I mean, if somebody killed my psycho offspring because of questionable decisions I made and clearly poor parenting on my part, and I had no sense of taking personal accountability and wanted to blame everyone except myself, I would totally see myself in her high-heeled shoes. Not, except so many real-life serial killers and douchebags in general never take personal accountability for their disturbing actions, and literally blame everyone else. So yeah, Nancy was well executed. It's actually Mickey who is a bit weird. He was an active serial killer recruited by Nancy on what? Like a Craigslist type site, a Facebook competitor before Facebook was even a concept? Like, how do they meet again? Do I even care? That duo had no chemistry, and the reveal of them working together was just bizarre. Like, why would he even care to help her kill? The dynamics of it just didn't make sense, and Mickey seemed like an afterthought. And while his performance is iconic, it's giving Stu light. It was way too obvious it was him, and honestly kind of brought the reveal down. I really wish they didn't go there. Horror, humor balance. While the first Scream had some legitimate snicker-inducing or even laugh-out-loud moments, especially in situations that were both horrific but simultaneously funny, Scream 2 was a lot lighter on the comedy, which honestly made it seem like the movie was taking itself way too seriously, which just doesn't work for a movie like Scream. Don't get me wrong, the horror aspect was great, especially given the precedent set by the first Scream, what with the Jesus imagery, with Derek's death, this creepy car scene, and the opening kill, but they really missed the mark with the humor aspect. Some funny standout moments include,
Bitch, hang the phone up and star 69 his ass.
Who is this?
You tell me. Corey Gillis.
Share with us, please. Oh so vulgar.
Meanwhile, I've got your goddamn story. Give me the police.
What's happening?
The killer is Cotton fucking Weary.
Cotton Weary.
Brutality. I mean, Ghostface was kind of careless, to be completely honest. He just, like, stabbed people here and there. It was just your typical slasher-like serial killer. Definitely a poser and nothing like Billy and Stu. Mickey could never. I will say that Randy's death was unexpected and disgusting, so I'll give them 2 points for that and 2 points for the knife through the ear in the beginning of the movie and the multiple stab wounds sustained by Jada Pinkett Smith. 4 points. Dialogue. It's Kevin Williamson again, so you know it's going to be good. Cece, again, man, I love this character. She had such good dialogue.
I'm inquisitive.
Yeah, and I'm impatient. Who are you calling for?
What if I said you?
What if I said goodbye?
Why would you want to do that?
Then you have Sidney
Be kind, she saved our lives.
and the whole conversation between Randy and Ghostface.
What a rat-looking, homo-repressed mama's boy.
And then this guy mimicking Sidney's friend.
Yes, I got that on film.
It definitely elevated the movie. The dialogue between Sidney and Derek was kind of lackluster, though, and had me rolling my eyes for the most part. Also, what the hell was this scene?
I only want to make you happy, and if you say, hey, go.
Cringe-topia. Bye. I'm all for cheesy 90s romance, but this is not it at all. I'm taking off a point. 4 out of 5. Pacing. This is what surprised me the most on a rewatch with a first-time Scream watcher. It was horribly paced. Individual scenes like Gale running from Ghostface, Cece running from Ghostface, and Randy's war of words with Ghostface were great, but the movie as a whole is just not super captivating. Totaling it up, we get 38 points, which is a 76%, which is a C+. I guess the sequel is never as good as the first, unless, according to that one scene in Scream 2, where they talk about how T2 is great, which, let's get real, it totally is. In Scream's case, Scream 2 is good. It's just not as great as the OG. So even though Scream 2 was down from Scream 1's score, I'm curious to know how Scream 3 is going to do, especially considering it's the one known for a mixed reception when it comes to the original trilogy. Catch you with the 411 on that, only on Manic Media Dream.